Hello lovelies, and welcome to another video by yours truly, Charlotte Burns. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are watching on the replay, hashtag replay, let me know that you've seen this video. If you've got any tips for making this video better, please feel free to message me or share it in the comments. If you're watching live, feel free to say hi. I'm probably going to drop down to be a little bit closer to my pages, so I may not see your comments, but if you'd like to comment, I do come back eventually and have a look and chat with you in the comments section a couple of days after the video has been posted. If you catch me halfway through this live, well, you've already missed this, so there's no point me saying that. But I will post this on replay if you want to come back and watch again. I don't know why you would want to. Even I don't watch my videos. But anyway, today what I'm going to do is just finish off the project one, or the layout one, from the National Scrapbooking Day Circles and Patterns. And that's because I've still got a couple of hints and tips and tricks that you can glean from this for both scrapbooking and card making as well. So, and I just wanted to finish off the pages. Good morning, Karen. Thanks so much for commenting. So let's get to it, shall we? As I've mentioned before, I'm doing scrapbooking throughout this month of May, which is very rapidly coming to a close because it's National Scrapbooking Month. We celebrated National Scrapbooking Day earlier this month. And if you'd like to see any of the videos of any of the projects that Close to My Heart did, jump over to the Close to My Heart page, which is Close to My Heart Official. And under the, I believe it's the events tab, it could be the videos tab. Anyway, somewhere on their site, I'll find that out. Somewhere on their site, you will find all the videos of all the workshops they've done, which is fantastic. Heading onto these pages, I mentioned in my first video that I like to print the pages off, but I also like to have the downloaded instructions on a device so that I can zoom in and get a really good look. So I've got my two printouts here, and underneath are the pages that I did work on to finish. Another tip that I gave was before you stick everything down, lay it all out, which is what it said in the instructions. But as I mentioned, I don't really read instructions because most of these are actually not full circles. So there's no circle under that. In fact, there's no circles under here at all. And I also adjusted these circles here. Let me just move them. These circles here, that one needs to come down or that one up or something, because I didn't want anything having to show there. Now, these particular photo mats are 3x3, but I can always change them, I was thinking last night, to 3x6. So that's a 4x6 just skinny down. So I could actually put 3 photos in there instead of the 6 that are there. One thing I love about this kit is, and I'll pull this over. One thing I love about this kit is you do get these very fun embellishments, which you may have noticed that I've already pulled some out. So you get a pack of embellishments. Now this is a mixture of a few different packs that Close to My Heart have. It's the alphabet set, the flower set, and the arrows. And I love these particular embellishments. You can get them in black, white, and also wooden shapes. Now the wooden shapes are double the thickness of the black and whites. These are not that thick, which I really like because I don't like very puffy pages in my scrapbooking. So these are perfect. I've grabbed out the shapes that I need for this page, and while I've got them, I may as well finish this page off. So let me just move this page out the way. I realized this morning why I love doing lives. I've just pulled some other stuff I'm doing over. After attending a consultant, well, it wasn't really a consultant, after attending a Close to My Heart event, live event last night, and seeing all people, being able to talk to people in person, I realised that the reason I like doing my lives is because I like talking to people about stuff. I like talking to people full stop, but I like talking to people and sharing with them how I'm doing things. So that's why I love these lives, and I hope that you enjoy that as well. All right. So with the shapes, they do recommend that you use glue dots. So I've got my glue dots. I've got them in an old Close to My Heart container. So I've got my glue dots, and we're going to stick these down on here. And every time I look at these pages, I love them more and more, I must say. Okay, so they are going to go like that. That's going to go there. Now, if you don't want that title on, you don't have to put it on, but that is the title that I'm happy to put on, and then I'll find something that suits these pages. So with my glue dots, just wondering if I'm actually going to be completely OCD and see if I can find my ruler and do that in a straight line, which I didn't grab my ruler. Just give me a second to apologise. I've still got my bag packed from last night. The night went fairly late. It was an awesome night. It went fairly late. And I slept in this morning, which was nice. Apart from the fact that I'm getting to an age where I wake up in the middle of the night to use the toilet. It was nice to sleep in this morning. And I knew what I was doing this morning for my live. So that was all good. All right. That makes me feel a lot more comfortable if I have this sitting on a ruler to glue it down. And I'm going to do it like that. All right. So to glue this down, we want to put some glue dots on the shapes. And these glue dots are really great because they're very, very strong adhesive. And I'm just showing you how I put glue dots on my shapes. That one's just happened to stick to the top. These are the smallest glue dots that you can get. And I'm finding that they are sticking out the sides of this shape, which is fine because what I'm going to do in a second is I'm just going to wrap them around to the back of the shape. So I'm just going to push them like that, and that will wrap them around to the back of the shape. Like so. Except I've squashed them onto the front, that's okay. And then Rebecca was asking me if I could show how to use the pickup tool. Well, this is the pickup tool and it's great. Let's see. No, I'm going to use it on the smaller pieces. Okay, that's the pickup tool. I'll be showing you how to use that in a minute, but you can also use your tweezers to hold it. My fingers are a little bit fat. So if you've got fat fingers like me, I want that up a little bit more. Then you can use tweezers to hold this and stick it down. There we go. Okay, next. I'll do the O. This is where I think I should pre-record this, post it with these bits fast forwarded, or have a little list here of things that I could discuss while I'm doing boring bits. Maybe I should have my computer up so that people can chat to me while I'm doing this. Maybe that's a good idea. And watch the chat. Only problem with that is then I'll get distracted and then I won't be doing the video and people will spend ages watching me do practically nothing. How about I tell you about last night? Last night was amazing. So last night I went to an event where the president of Close to My Heart, who was mistakenly thought of as the president of the United States of America, because she comes from the United States of America. And when Japan joined with Close to My Heart, they sent her an email in broken English, bless their socks, saying, so glad that you're the president of the United States, which was quite funny. And we all, including the Japanese, had a good laugh about. But she's not. She's the president of Close to My Heart. And she shared a little bit of her journey over the last couple of years, as well as her journey in Close to My Heart, how she joined as a very young 19-year-old and her friendship and relationship with Jeanette Linton, who's the CEO and owner of Close to My Heart. She shared how Close to My Heart is has absolutely no debt, and that's what keeps them going. Apart from the makers and the customers, that's what keeps them going. That's what enables them to keep going through COVID and all of the economic hardships that have happened. Because Close to My Heart is debt-free, they don't have that threat over their head. Okay, home is down. Now we're going to do the arrow. So I'm just going to put one on the arrow head and then one on the arrow feathers. And again, just so that I can see what I'm doing, use that. And I'm thinking of maybe putting my arrow that way, just to change it up. Right? You don't have to follow exactly. So I'm going to put my arrow going that way because I'll probably use this as a double page spread. The other page could be used separately, but I am going to use that as a double page spread. Now, I did go through, as you can see, and pull out the shapes that I needed. I looked very closely at all four layouts to see what was needed where. And here we go. So the pickup tool, even with these big shapes, I grab it and then I can put it down where I need it. So I've got one there, one there. This little gorgeous one goes over here. And this one goes up here. All right, so I know that that's where they belong. And now to actually stick the glue dot on, I'm going to grab my tweezers to pop them down. Now, if you have enjoyed watching this video and you do want to grab this set, I do recommend that you jump online and grab it soon, because we are hurtling towards the end of May and these are on special until the end of May. So there's 5 workshops that you can purchase in a set. I think I put that in the wrong spot. I did. Okay, I'm just going to try and lift it up. And if you buy it as a bundle, you get it for cheaper, but that will only be until the end of May. And I think if you buy it in a bundle, it's almost like you get one of them for free. The discount is amazing. And that's how I did it, because I wasn't sure what I wanted, but I decided to get it in the bundle so that one of the workshops that I wasn't so sure about, I got it for nothing, which I love. VIPs, you can't use your VIP credits on this bundle or on any of these papers because they are on special anyway. They are a special, but you will earn VIP credits. So if you're a VIP, then you can earn VIP credit. And if you're not a VIP, then I strongly recommend that you become a VIP, because you get 15% credit on. So every time you buy something, you earn 15% credit to spend on your next purchase. So that's a brilliant idea. That page is now complete, except for the other thing you do get in your kit. If you haven't got photos that you want to put, that you are ready to put on your pages, the other thing you get in your kit are photo placeholders. So I'm going to grab my photo placeholders out. And I like to put these on because this seems very in your face, whereas as soon as we put these on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as soon as we put these on, I'm going to grab mine close to my heart. It just shows what it's really going to look like once you've got photos on, because you're not going to have these big rosemary blocks in your way, in your face. You're going to have photos there. And hopefully you'll see what I mean once I pop these down. Now, if you do ever buy a workshop or anything from Close to My Heart and you notice that there's something missing or something's not quite right, please, if you're a consultant, email Close to My Heart. If you're a customer, contact your consultant. Close to My Heart are amazing when it comes to replacing products. See, doesn't that look so much different? In my opinion, that looks so much different than when we had the 6 rosemary squares. With that on top, you can see more what it's going to look like with photos. So that's great. There is one more thing I do need to do with this page, and that is flip it over. And remember, I put some sticky down on the back so that it wouldn't move on my mat, which ended up moving. I do need to just rub that off with my rub and remove. So that just takes my sticky off, and there was a bit down here as well. And then I can slide that in a memory protector. It is finished. So yes, so if there's anything missing from your pack, so if you purchase this and you find that there's an E missing, let your consultant know. They will then contact Close to My Heart, who undoubtedly will probably send you another full pack of these, because it's just easier for them to do that than it is to find one E and send that to you. So I'm just going to make sure that this is the left-hand page. I will put it in with the gutter on the right, and that can go in ready to pop in an album for me to have a look through and get photos ready for. And there you go. There is my left-hand page. I am going to do the right-hand page as well, because that only took 15 minutes. So the right-hand page is this one here. Look, I'm stacking Versamats. So here's the right-hand page. Now, again, I have stuck down all of the circles. I haven't stuck this strip or this little cluster of photo mats down yet. So there are the photo mats. Pull them out of the bag. There are the photo mats, and here is this. And the reason I didn't stick any of this down was because I wanted to actually show you how they did it. So it says that use the light linen cardstock for the base page, attach the pattern 1 circle parts to form the top and bottom rows. Tip, the circles in each column are approximately that far apart. Attach the remaining circles and circle parts as shown. Tip, lay these pieces out before attaching, matching the pieces along the left edge with those on the right edge of the left page. So I was supposed to match them with these. I don't think I read that, but it matches almost. Good. Okay, attach 1H to 1G. So when we cut these, some of the pieces were labelled, and some people label them, actually put the label, they write the label on the back. I'm bad and I don't. I go by the picture because I'm very pictorial. So what they're talking about is, and these are all labelled, so 1H is the zip strip and 1G is this piece here. So it says to attach 1H to 1G. I'm going to do that now with my air adhesive. And even though it doesn't look like that in the picture, which freaks me out sometimes, that's where I do have to go and read the instructions. The next step describes what we do next. So I'm just going to attach this perfectly because I'm a perfectionist. I'm learning to eyeball things, but I still struggle a little bit. All right, that's stuck. What next? Tear approximately 1/4 inch off 1G as shown. So 1/4 inch. Here we go, 1/4 inch. For those of you who don't like tearing, I just encourage you, maybe even get some scrap paper and just practice tearing. Make some little cards. It's easier on smaller pieces of paper. Rip really short pieces like I'm doing here. The idea here is to really show that the Close to My Heart cardstock has a white core. And isn't that gorgeous how it just gives that beautiful torn edge? You can see really well. If it had a coloured core, then you wouldn't get that gorgeous edge that I'm revealing at the moment, that hopefully you can see. And I can't see comments, so hopefully I'm getting lots of comments telling me, yes, you can see the edge, and yes, that looks different. Charlotte, why are you going so slowly? Because I'm a perfectionist. And it doesn't matter if the tear is wide or narrow or whatever, but it's straight. Now, I could keep this and use it on another piece. So at the moment, I'm just going to put it aside and see how I go. All right. I have stuck this cardstock down onto my Versamat, similar to what I did to the other one. So that is stuck and it's not going to move, which is great. So we tear that off and attach. Okay, so we're now going to attach that to our base page. And again, the instructions tell me that this comes across 6 1/4 inch. So again, adhesive. And another thing I love about Close to My Heart, they tell me exactly where to stick it. I'm only going to put adhesive up that edge because I am. So I've got it nice and straight. I don't need to worry about if that's moved or not. I'm going to use my Versamat as a guide. 6 1/4 there, 6 1/4 there. I know that that is nice and straight. Hey. Next, we're going to attach 1I, sorry. When you're cutting all of these, as I mentioned before, when you're cutting these pieces, you will find that every piece is labeled. So let's just grab one of these. This is 2I and 2J. This is 1K, 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, 1F. Then when you come to your page, it's in alphabetical order. So you know that 1H is used before 1G. Then the next one, sorry, G is used before H. So you've got to put those two together. Then it goes down. So we've done G, H. The next one is 1I. We grab 1I, which looking at my picture is this one here. And of course the stripe's gone a different way. That's okay. Okay, so now we go 1I and it says attach 1I. Again, I can look at these and it says that this corner comes down 2 inches and in 1 1/4 inch. So I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of here. And it's a little bit sad because that is so pretty. I love this paper. Okay, so we're coming down 2 inches and in 1 1/4 inch. So it's around about there. I'm going to move my gorgeous flower down. And then it tells me down the bottom, it comes in 1 1/7 of an 8. 1 7/8. That's it. 7/8 of an inch. All right. Let me see if I can see it because I'm going to need a ruler for that. Did I get it? I did. No, I'm going to use my little ruler. Okay. Little ruler. You can get these at a $2 shop. So we're coming down 2 inches. And in 1 1/4 and down 2. It's going to start there. So I'm just tacking that in. Then we're going to come across 1 7/8. So if that's straight, go across. Oh, come on, stick. 1 7/8, which is just before 2 inches. So it's going to go about there. Do you know what? That'll do. I just want to get it done. Okay, the next one is piece 1J. 1J is this piece here. And we're supposed to do it on the light side. But if I do it on the dark side, it's not really going to matter. Just because this piece is a little bit wrecked. But if I do that corner, it's not going to matter. So I'm going to do that corner. Good, awesome. The reason this piece is wrecked, I mentioned it in my other video, is because I actually used this on another project and took some sticky off. And it didn't sticky take off very well. All right, next it says, draw stitch lines around 1J with journaling pen and attach. So, journaling pen did go with me last night. Didn't use it last night, but it did go with me. This. The journaling pen that they recommend you use is the 0.01. And I'm just going to quickly draw some stitch lines on here. Again, if you're not sure with free drawing lines on your paper, what I'd say is grab some scrap paper and just practice. And if that's something that maybe you would like me to do a video on, getting confident with drawing lines on paper, let me know. I've done a couple of videos in the past, different ways that you can do lines on paper, and I'm happy to do it again. One of my lovely customers actually recently purchased some of the other journaling pens, so the coloured journaling pens, and she just sent me a message this morning saying that she loves them. She's really, really impressed with them. So that's great. That's good to know. Now my stitch lines are maybe a little bit bigger than theirs, but that's okay. I'm happy with that. So we're going to stick this one down now. And because I've got other bits sticking on top of this, I don't need to tack this down really, really strongly. So this one is coming down 2 1/4 and in 1 1/2. So because that actually came down a little bit more than that, I'm going to bring that down to there, and it's coming in 1 1/2. So it's going to go to there. There, and it's just going to touch on the top there. So that's going to go like that. Then we've got this piece here, which is 1K, 1J, attach 1K with 3D foam, which now I have to decide if I'm going to attach it with 3D foam. Yeah, why not? All right, 3D foam. Let's go. I'm going to grab, I've got lots of 3D foam started. I wanted to show you a trick though. So when you buy 3D foam, it comes in a wide and a narrow. Every pack comes with one wide and one narrow roll of 3D foam tape. You can buy either regular 3D foam tape, which is a thick 3D foam tape, or you can buy thin 3D foam tape. I tend to use thin 3D foam. Occasionally I use the thicker one. With your wide foam tape, need my scissors. With your wide foam tape, what I often do is I will cut it in half, because that way it goes twice as far. So cut a piece and then I'll cut up the middle. And if you're looking at this thinking I couldn't do that with my scissors because they would just get sticky, that's why I use the Close to My Heart non-stick scissors. They are fantastic. I don't need a lot of tape as far as width, and that's why I'm happy to do this. Now to speed this up, I'm just going to flip back to my narrow tape. But when you do cut the tape in half, what I always recommend is make sure that so I'd actually mucked it up on this one, but make sure that the edge of it, not the cut edge, but the edge of it goes to the outside, just in case someone decides to pick it up and have a look. And that way it's a nice straight edge on the outside of your, when they pick it up and have a look in there, it's not this cut edge. Especially on cards, if you're doing cards, you really want that nice straight edge. Now I'm just doing bits. You could do the whole lot, but I'm not going to because I'm running out of 3D foam tape. I have got some coming, but just in case I do completely run out, I don't want to. Once I've gone around the center, once I've gone around the outside, I know I'm going to need some in the middle. So I'm just going to put a couple of strips through the middle, like so. 1, 2. Then what I like to do is before I take any of that off, I turn it over and I just press on it to see if it needs any more support anywhere. So feeling this, it actually feels like it needs more support there for some reason, which it shouldn't. But I might just put some supports in here. That one went very thin for some reason. Okay. see if that's better. Yeah, that's a bit better. How much 3D foam tape do you guys use? Do you use a lot? Right. And the boring bit, watching Charlotte peel paint. Isn't that a saying? Watching the grass grow or the paint peel. Don't actually even need to pull all of these off. You could leave them, the middle ones on. It's not like it's going to move. The main reason for the middle ones is not to hold it in place. The outside ones are to, you know, the stickiness of it is to hold it to the page, but the middle ones is just to support it. So there I have that, and this one is getting stuck down with 3D foam tape. Check. And this is going to go straight. It's coming up 3.5 inches, keeping in mind that I actually started down a little bit. So it's going to come up. How far in is it going? It's coming in 2.5. I'll use this one. Flower is going to have to move. I love my flower. So coming across 1, 2.5. And up. According to the instructions, up 3.5 inches. That will be at 4.5. So roughly there. Does that look right? And then I eyeball it. There we go. Beautiful. All right. Embellish with acrylic shapes. Tip, attach with glue dots and then add journaling. So my shapes, get my dots. Okay, let's just put them there. And then I get my dots. Good. I'm surprised, very surprised. All right, I've left a glue dot on there. I do need to bring this back down so I can see it. And I loved how they embellished this. They've just put a little bit on, but it's just stunning how they've done it. So they put one flower here. They put the star in the middle of this one. And then a flower in the middle of this one. And that was the other thing. I love this, how they've actually changed it. So these are very square. And this one, then they've changed it to not square, if that's a word. Okay. They have put the journaling down the bottom, which you can do. Maybe there's no journaling on this. I could always put my gorgeous flower that I created yesterday down here, like that. Or I could even put it over here and then do some journaling there. I'm not sticking that down yet, but I probably will put that in the page so that I have it with the rest of everything else. And again, that's not too high to go in a page, but I believe I've pretty well finished. The only thing that I haven't done is everything's stuck good. Flip this over again, take the sticky off the back of my paper, and you'll notice before I started to rub, you may have noticed, and there was sticky on here. I usually just pull that off like that and then bin it. So 1, 2, make sure all the sticky's gone. I only put 2 on that one. Photo mat. Couple of dots on this, so I can see immediately when I'm looking at that the size photo that I need. And again, although that says place photo here 4 inches by 6 inches, I could also use 2 3x4s, so I could do 2 3x4 photos on that page, no problem. Slide that in like so. Pop my little flower in there as well. Flower and leaves. And I have now completed my 2 pages. Yay, it's done. It took a while. Thank you so much for watching, bearing with me. It took a while, but they're absolutely gorgeous. And this is where I love the fact that we've got patterns like this where we can spend a bit of time and really have some gorgeous, gorgeous pages. But we've also got patterns like I've been showing. We've got the Craft with Heart, which is so easy and quick to put together. And I can get that done in, I think I did that in about an hour. Whereas this one has taken me a number of hours, and that's okay as well. It'd probably take me even longer at a craft scrapbooking retreat because I'd be sitting there talking my head off. But that's okay because I'd have more time at a scrapbooking retreat. I'm just going to have a quick look and see. Good morning to Kirsty Lee. It was so lovely to see you last night. You are larger than life. You're gorgeous. You don't read instructions either? That's funny. You love the colour scheme. I'm surprised, Karen. I thought you would prefer more red. Love you. Yes, it does help if one knows what one is doing. What else are we saying? The CTMH event was just wonder. Yeah, okay. To chat to everyone in person. You said, though, doing lives is a great way to stay connected to. Yes. I love being connected to my customers by chatting over the internet, but there is nothing more satisfying than getting together with friends. Thank you so much, Kirsty, saying that that's a lovely layout. Wish I'd designed it myself, but I didn't. You can see the edge and tearing looks great. Take your time. It does work better if one works slowly. Thank you, Karen. That's very encouraging. My comments keep dropping down. The flower is very sweet. Is that part of the kit too? Kirsty, Karen, thank you for answering. I did actually create this flower. So I created that flower from some parts of this. So the leftover bits from the kit, when you cut some other shapes for layout 2, you have some leftover bits. So using this shape, you've got the, I call this the stained glass window, which I haven't used on this page. So the stained glass window, you're left with 5 of these petal bits, and I used that to create this. But do watch the video. It will be yesterday's. So whatever date today is, take away 1, and that's the number. All right. I'm finding it hard to scroll through, but I think that I have answered everybody's questions live. I will come back and answer them in the comments. Again, if you're watching on replay, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. This will get posted to YouTube eventually once my life slows down a bit. We're hurtling towards Craft Live at the long weekend in June, so that's going to be tons of fun. If you're interested, join me at Bendigo. Come up and see me. I'm going to be doing a 6-page scrapbooking workshop in an hour. Not many embellishments. That's what I find takes the most of the time, but you will have 6 pages to take away. So that's going to be heaps of fun. And I'll explain how you can do some fast scrapbooking, not slow scrapbooking. This one took a while because of all the circles. So again, thanks so much for watching. I hope that you have a beautiful day. I can feel the sun coming out, so I might go and absorb some vitamin D. As always, stay safe, keep crafting, but bye for now.